Our next guest here on the Best of Loveline is a gal who's a little controversial. Some people love her. Some people hate her. Some people are indifferent. I personally love her because I understand her. She is Fiona Apple. Stacy, 19.
Hi.
Hey.
I have a big question. Actually, it's a problem. Me and my boyfriend, we live together, and we've also been going out for like 3 months. And lately, like, our sex has like totally dwindled down to like 3 times a week when we used to, like, do it quite often. And I've been finding this towel under our bed, and it's been used in ways that I don't know.
Yeah. There's stuff on the towel?
Yeah.
It's not zinc oxide.
No.
It's not PABA, although it does share some of the same qualities. He's been using this towel.
Yeah, like the funky towel thing from Joe's apartment.
Right, that's his bib.
What's that?
You see, I don't do this. I rotate my stock. I won't use a towel over and over again. That's disgusting. I go to the hamper each night for a fresh piece of linen.
I thought it was stockings that you were preferring.
But it's really
I go
weird
for tube sock, but dress sock, no. No, I'm more in a dress sock girl.
I'm like more than willing to have sex, and when we have sex, it's very enjoyable. But I don't know, this towel thing just totally throws me off, because when I started finding this towel, it's when our sex kind of went down. So, like, it's very seldom. And, well, one day I ran across it again, and I washed it, thinking maybe, he would notice, and I put
And your blouse got pregnant?
No, I washed the towel, and I put it back where I found it, and I thought maybe he would notice and say something to me. Well, he never did. And I was making the bed the other morning, and there I found this towel, and it was freshly used, and I was like, oh, gross.
All right, the man has no shame. This is certainly not the Unabomber we're dealing with. This is a moron. You must be discreet, gentlemen. Stacy.
Yeah?
All right, so let me just recap here. You're 19.
Yeah.
How old is your boyfriend?
He's also 19.
He's 19. And do you guys live together?
Yeah, we do.
All right. And you've been going out for 3 months?
Yeah.
And you used to have at it in many different locales and also many different locations and orifices in your own body, right?
Well,
yes.
Not to that extent,
right.
but yeah.
Fine. But you really went at it. I mean, it was really disgraceful.
No.
It was an act against God and nature. But now, you're just offending the Almighty 3 nights a week, right?
Yeah, that's what we're down to.
And you look at that as a pretty healthy decline from what you were at.
Yeah.
And to boot, you found his little
towel.
His girlfriend under the bed.
Yeah.
Are you concerned because you want more sex, or are you just concerned because there's less sex going on?
Both. And I mean, why would he turn to the towel when he can,
I think the towel's probably been there forever.
Speaking as a man of the cloth, Stacy, let me tell you, turning to the towel is fine.
I think it's completely normal if, he would do it, but I mean, so often.
How do you know what his frequency is?
Well, he didn't do it before. I mean, if he did, wow, great for him, but it seems like it's affecting it now, like our sex life. You know what I mean?
Right. But you see, when we were talking about this during the break, that he may be getting into his sexual comfort zone. You cannot judge somebody, male or female, about what they do and how often they do it the first few months you date them. Because that is an abnormal amount of sex that you'll have, because you just met, the blood is pumping and the hormones are pumping, and you both have been, sometimes you've been off for 6 months or a year, and you're looking, pardon me, to impress, but then you start sliding into your comfort zone. His comfort zone may be 3 times a week.
Okay.
So that may be where it's at.
You know what else? Talk to him, because I think, you were trying to, hint to him, right? You tried to wash the towel and then see if he noticed and said anything, and he didn't say anything, so I don't think he's ashamed of anything, so you could probably just be like, hey, what's up,
Okay.
Yeah, he has no shame. And, Stacy, what you can do is don't approach him from a the front and get him on the defense. You know what I mean? Don't
Yeah.
do it in an accusatory tone.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, this is something you're into. That's pretty cool. Maybe I could get mixed into this a little bit. Perhaps I could be the towel girl.
Okay.
Yeah, and like a surgeon needs a nurse. He could say, beer, remote. Do you have to repeat, Drew, when you do that surgical stuff?
No.
Oh, you don't?
So,
How in all the movies they repeat everything? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Surgeon's working away, clamp.
I would assume because if you echo it, then it's like just saying, I'm giving you the right
Yeah,
thing.
right, exactly.
Because if you said scalpel and he said, yeah, spatula, and you say, oh, no, that's not what I need,
Were you pre-med
Yes.
with the spatula? All right, that spatula comment warrants another 3 months of therapy. Robert, 18.
Yeah, okay, I have a question. Okay, this is a friend of my girlfriend who told her that every time she got pregnant, she took crack to abort the baby. And my girl was taking that into consideration. She told some of her friends, and I was just wondering, how safe is this? Is this safe?
that is recalculous.
Thank you, Drew.
It's not often that word comes to me in that form immediately.
What is recalculous?
It's ridiculous. It's a word that I've invented.
Oh, my God.
It's Adam's form of ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
really
beyond
wrong.
ridiculous.
I was like, what's her problem?
Ridiculous.
The deal is, if crack necessarily induced abortion, there wouldn't be all these crack babies being born every day, okay? And that you need to know that doing drugs like crack when pregnant is a form of birth control, and it's potentially punishable.
Form of
I
what?
beg your pardon, of child abuse. Boy, my mouth is working without my mind's involvement.
Good thing I'm here.
Yes. So it is a very serious issue, and you probably will not abort the child, but can definitely damage its development in its brain.
Yeah, because that girl, she's been telling my girlfriend that it worked for her. And,
Look, well then she's very fortunate that she aborted, but it's not there are plenty of viable ways to abort. Okay? If she needs to have an abortion, she should go avail herself of what's available. Okay?
All right.
Is she pregnant now?
No, she's not. But it's just she was, and then that happened, and I guess she aborted the baby or something.
This is your girlfriend?
No, it's not my girlfriend. A friend of my girlfriend.
All right.
It's horrible. Horrible.
All right. Tell everyone to stop having sex.
Stop having babies. Stop doing crack.
Thank you. No, I'm sure that'll work, Drew.
Well,
What else do you want the teenage population of America to stop doing, Drew? Why don't you put it out there?
stop speeding.
Stop speeding. Okay,
Stop
that's
smoking
good.
cigarettes.
What about some do's, Drew?
Do's?
Yes, do's. You delivered the don'ts. How about the do's? Homework?
Do your homework? Sure. Go to bed early?
Prayer?
No.
No. Exercise?
Sure.
No prayer.
Well, if they want to.
Okay. Freya, 17.
Hi,
Freya.
Is it Freya?
Freya.
Freya.
Okay, Drew. Okay, Latin boy.
What's up?
My boyfriend was on heroin for 2 years, and I'm worried he has like an addictive personality.
It's not a personality. It's a biochemistry.
Well, yeah, he was actually born to acid. His mom was on acid when she had
That's
him.
nice. That's nice.
And so, I don't know, I kind of think, I don't know.
Well, heroin causes a profound addictive disease, a terrible addictive disease. And if you're not treated and actively involved in treatment and recovery, you will go back. 100%.
He's been off for a year and a half.
But 100% go back if you're not thoroughly involved in the recovery process.
And I'm really worried about
100%.
And let me tell you something. I was just over at my friend's house having dinner. The guy with the homing beacon on his ankle.
The boot?
Yeah, he's got the boot on.
Yeah.
It's a best friend of mine I grew up with, and he's had his bouts with drugs and been in and out of prison, and now he's on home arrest. And he has this thing. I thought he was wearing a pager on his sock, but as it turns out, it is this home arrest thing. It's ingenious. He cannot leave his property without going back into jail and
Takes a shower
notifying.
with the thing on?
Yeah, everything. Can't take it off, can't fiddle with it, can't walk off the property. But this guy, who's now 32, coming on 33, has... he's put together 5-6 years. A lot of my friends, as a matter of fact, another one of my friends just died of crack overdose. A guy named Jim who's about 32 now. They just heard about today. But a lot of my friends have died of a drug overdose. But a lot of these people have put together years of sobriety. I mean, 5 years, 6 years.
Sobriety or abstinence?
Sobriety.
Yeah.
and abstinence in different cases. And I don't want to punch holes in your theory, but they started going to meetings. They did it for a couple of years, then they got out of the meetings.
Oh, yeah.
They said I could do it, and then a few more years went by, and then they got back on the crack bite.
Oh, sure.
So because someone has a year and a half at age 18 does not mean that much. It's good,
Yes.
but it certainly doesn't mean they're out of the woods.
Well, I mean, he's mentioned, like, if I ever tried anything like that, he would leave me. He would not watch me go through it. And I think that, you know, he really means that. But I'm worried about, like, other things he's doing now because he's, like, yesterday.
Look, is he going to meetings or isn't he?
No, he's not.
Okay, he's going to relapse. You're already sitting on a relapse. It's just a matter of when he does the drug. That's it, period. You don't torment yourself with when it starts, because it's probably already started. But if it hasn't, it definitely will.
Well, I know he's not doing heroin.
It definitely will happen. Definitely. Few things I can say with great certainty. That I can say with
He's going
certainty.
to college, too. He's, like, really...
I can say that with great certainty.
College is a mecca for drug addicts anyway. College never stopped anyone from doing drugs.
No.
It just gives people the time to do drugs.
It also puts people in a proximity where they can access it.
And a place to crash. All right.
If he's not involved in treatment, he will relapse. That is the way opiates are. I can't say that with the same kind of certainty with some of the other drugs the way I can with about heroin.
All right, so get him into treatment.
Yep.
That's all.
And get herself some treatment. She's so codependent, it's ridiculous.
It's what?
Recalculous.
Thank you.
Go to some kind of Al-Anon or some kind of codependency recovery.
Could you work Recalculous into your next song? I mean,
really
when the
want
new
to.
CD comes out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. It's time for you to... this.
I think I'll name the album Recalculous.
I swear to God, this is a very important word. It's not often new words
I love
are made
this
up.
word.
And, you know, the thing about it is most words have been thought of in this society.
Why is it important?
Please, Drew, let me finish with the guest.
Because it expands our ability to express ourselves, because sometimes things are not just ridiculous.
They're beyond ridiculous.
They're
Exactly,
recalculous.
They're recalculous.
Absolutely. And in a day and age when everything has been thought of and done twice, and when the only new words that come out are ones that the FDA comes out with when they have to label a new drug that comes in from Europe, this is an everyman's word, recalculous. This is something that should be taught. It should be in the curriculum of every school. Every 6-year-old should have recalculous tattooed on their forehead. Oh, okay. Hey, Willie.
Yeah.
You're 23. You're on Loveline.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I've been in a wheelchair for about 3 years, almost 4 years now, in June.
What happened? What happened?
Well, I was in a car accident. I'm a T6-7 vertebrae break.
All right, let me test Drew. Is that quad or para?
Para.
Okay. Para?
But it's
Come
right
on.
here. It's right here.
It's right there. You're not quad?
No, I'm not.
No. See, Drew knows his vertebrae.
Well, if it was C, you would
Right.
say quad, and you were correct.
Right.
But I'm a T.
Okay.
But the question is I have been trying to date females in the time that I've been in the chair. And is it me that they're afraid of, or is it the chairs they're afraid of?
Fiona?
I really don't know. I mean, where you look...
I live in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
No, I wasn't asking. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Some
Well,
people, I
it
think
is to
people are
some
just,
people and not
they're
to
afraid
others.
of something different. They're afraid of trying something that they probably don't know how to approach this whole thing. I mean, do you ask girls out and they say no because I can't deal with
I
the
get
wheelchair
same old
thing?
line. I want to be friends.
Right.
But you know how old that got.
All right, Willie,
Yeah.
let me ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
Speaking of the Willie, how's the Willie working?
I have no problem with it.
No problem whatsoever.
I mean, I can't feel it, per se,
Right.
because of my injury.
But
it
they
does
can.
work.
Okay. All right.
Look at the morning, you know.
So it
Oh, you
could
do?
be. It could be
Okay.
because of the wheelchair. It probably is to a certain degree, but it could also be that you just haven't met somebody that it works with. You know, that likes you that way, or that
Well, the one I have is 16, and I'm not for that. That's a little bit too much on the age thing.
You have a girlfriend who's 16.
No, I do not. She's a friend.
and she's interested in you.
But she's talking kids and marriage, and I'm going, wait a second, we haven't kissed, we haven't done nothing.
All right. Well, let me say a few things. First off, you know the show Baywatch?
Who doesn't know Babe?
All right. There's a girl who was on there, a very hot blonde named Erica Eleniak for a number of years.
Eleniak.
Yeah, she was in Playboy, and
And that's Steven Seagal movie too.
she did that Steven Seagal movie. All right. She dated a friend of mine who was in a wheelchair.
Okay.
This is before her Hollywood career, although she still looked like that. So the point is you can land that kind of woman in a wheelchair.
Oh, I'd so date a guy in a wheelchair.
You would?
Yeah.
I would hobble myself for you. True.
Can I hobble you, though?
Is there you certainly can.
Just let camera whack
Is
him.
there a medical procedure that's relatively painless and would render me unable to walk for a certain period of time? I'd like to get it back when we broke up, by the way. All right, so you can date good-looking women, and there are good-looking women that are willing to date guys and
He can also date intelligent, wonderful, sensitive women. They don't just have to be good-looking. That's not the sign that he's been successful with his dating.
All right.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
All right, so they're out there, and here's the situation, Willie. It's kind of good because you sound okay with what's happened to you,
I
and
have no problem with my injury.
You sound pretty adjusted, except for he sounded unadjusted when he said, "I have no problem with my injury." But Willie, when you find a woman, you know it will be for the right reasons. You know you will find a quality woman, and she will be with you because she's mature and because she's adjusted and because she loves you for you. And in a world where you date a lot of people to find the right one, you may not have to go through the heartache and pain that a lot of others of us have had to do over the years.
Is there a story there?
Yeah, I got to get me a wheelchair. Although I'll tell you truthfully, one time I fractured my knee and I had my leg in a cast, and had for like 3 months, and I got more women in that one time period in my life than ever before.
Really?
So there is something to this whole gimp thing. Absolutely. Okay. Not that Willie was a gimp. Coming up on the Best of Loveline, Andy Dick. I am Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. This is the Best of Loveline. Our next guest, you know from News Radio. He's a guy, one of the few guests who's actually shown me his genitalia, although that was on the TV show, and of course you won't be able to see it, but you can close your eyes and imagine what it looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Dick. Would you consider yourself bisexual? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Because I say, with those frames, you got to be bi. That's my new motto.
And this color.
Yes, that color on the fingernails. Brian,
Here's what
20.
I call myself. One thing.
How's it going?
Well, hold on. Wait, I want to know what
Brian?
I want to know what Andy calls himself. Go ahead.
I am a latent heterosexual.
Right. Okay. So you're
ambivalent. You're
Well, I just find myself, I love women, I love women, I love women. I
Are
love
you
women.
generally trolling after young women?
For some reason, that does attract.
Did you notice that he called that 15-year-old in here? And then very strangely, he became a 15-year-old right in front of my eyes.
we have a young
know, I
15-year-old who's interviewing us tonight.
very interesting.
We had to restrain Andy.
Officer, I did not know she was 15.
All right. So Andy, you call yourself a
Oh, by the way, can I say something? If you get pulled over and you have marijuana, which I don't think people should smoke,
but
well, try it out at least. But anyhow, if you get pulled over, you now, I guess there's a new ordinance that if you have a whatever, or if you have glaucoma, whatever.
No,
so here's what you say to any policeman if he pulls you over and you're high and you have marijuana on you. You say, "Yes, officer, I have a subscription."
Hi. Are you sure you don't want to save that kind of material for Sunday night?
Well, no. Oh, yeah, I'll put it right in News Radio.
All right. So
All
anyway,
right,
sorry, Brian. Just to finish with Andy, you are a heterosexual man trapped in a gay man's body. Okay.
No, it's just pretty bi.
Brian.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, you're 20. You're on Loveline.
Yes, I am. Got a question. This girl I actually met her over the computer about a month ago. And we've been talking on the phone for about 2 weeks, and we've gone out a couple of times. And I really like her. I mean, she's really cool. I've got feelings for her. I mean, it's only been like, a month. But anyway, she talks about her ex-boyfriend a lot. And I want to do something to get her to actually stop thinking about him. They've been broken up for about 6 months now. And I just thought maybe you guys might have something that I could do that would just,
Have you ever called?
take her mind away from him and just go right for me.
Just a quick, honest answer. Have you ever called this program before?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Drew.
I just.
Spidey sense tingling?
Yeah.
Does your Spidey sense want to throw up too?
No.
No.
I can't tell the difference.
All right. Well, Brian, here's
But
the
is he
deal.
gonna just jump out and say something crude and hang
may.
up?
But I'm going to treat it like it's a regular question because I'm a regular guy. Brian.
Yeah.
You cannot do anything to get her to stop thinking about her ex-boyfriend. You can do things to get her to stop talking about her ex-boyfriend,
Yeah.
which is just being honest with her. I mean, you just look her in the eye and say, listen, I'm kind of interested in you, and it hurts my feelings when I hear you talking about this old guy, and I think it's a little bit rude, quite frankly. And, I've had other girlfriends, and I don't bring them up, and it's just sort of, it's relationship etiquette.
It's also a clue that she may not be that into the relationship. If she's still, even in your presence, she's preoccupied with this other guy. But you guys aren't dating yet, is that it?
Well, we've gone out, but, we're not, like dating. And
Okay, so here's, all right, Brian, let me clue you in on reality.
Okay.
You think you're forming a relationship with this girl that's turning into a... Right. That's where your penis is at. Let me tell you where her head is at. She looks at you as a confidant, as a friend. And that's why she's divulging this stuff. If she was going out with a big star like Andy Dick, she would not dare bring up the memory of this ex-boyfriend for fear that he would dump her like so many others he's dumped in the past.
No,
There's a wake of broken hearts left behind this Andy Dick.
They dumped me.
All right, but the point is you're a big celebrity, you can get more. But
That is true.
Brian.
Can you say the P word on this station?
Penis?
No. It rhymes with Stussy. No.
Oh, yes.
No, it rhymes with...
We got it.
It's
a little bit.
I've said it before, but
it's like words you can't rhyme it.
There better be a good reason for it.
Yeah, there's got to be a good reason.
But can you?
Yeah, but it's got to be good, like someone dropped an anvil on your foot or something and you just screamed.
Oh, no. It's just my friend said when you get on TV, the pussy bus comes to your door. And he has the sound effect. It's Joe Rogan from the show, actually. Doors opening to the... Can I say it again?
Inner sanctuary. No, that's enough.
No.
This is enough.
That's good.
Said it.
No, that's
but anyways,
fine.
it's true, because you know what? There are girls out there that seem to want to just sleep with someone who's on TV.
All right, but
Isn't that crazy?
Let's not dwell on your career for too long and finish off with Brian here.
Everyone's uncomfortable.
Brian.
Yes.
So listen, what you need to do is let her know that your intentions are a little more serious, that you don't think of her as just a friend, that you think of her as possibly more than a friend. And I'm sure when she finds that out, she'll make a decision.
I've said that, and she's told me that she wants to keep on seeing me and go out somewhere. I mean, she hasn't said just be friends or anything.
All right, but you've never kissed her.
No, I haven't.
All right, and
Keep it online.
Then you're just being buddies. Go out and try to plant one on her next day.
Learn to type on the computer with one hand.
I already know how to do that.
I know. That's an old joke. It's an old joke.
No, Adam takes that very seriously. He wants to create a new line of computers.
Oh, yes. I have this whole new thing, because there's a lot of trouble where people meet people over the internet. They form these false relationships based on grammar and punctuation, and then they, take
the ability to draw faces with the little
words.
Yeah, with the letters.
And then they take a bus halfway across the United States and meet somebody who they can't stand and they're physically repulsed by. Now, here's my new invention. Some sort of computer screen with an orifice or perhaps a projectile or something where people could literally satisfy themselves right on the screen.
They can hump their own computer.
I guarantee you they would never leave the house. Because you realize as soon as you satisfy that sexual need, that'll be it. They would wrap it up and they'd go right on to the sports section.
The Apple Mac and hump. That's what you'd call
All right, we got to get together. Brett, we got to work on this. 26, you're on Loveline with Andy Dick.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Been trying to get a hold of you guys for 2 weeks. Drew, hope you're feeling better.
Thank you.
All that good happy horse stuff.
Brett?
One question first. That V-test thing.
Oh, for cripe's sake. Hey, Brett, we're going to put you on hold.
He's on a cellular.
I don't know where he is.
Extended phone.
All right, we'll put him on hold.
No extended phones.
I don't think that was an extended phone.
With the battery going dead, that's what I think it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Please, treat us with some dignity, you people, and get on the damn phone that plugs into the wall. That's pathetic. And all you people eating when you call, spit out whatever you have, you cud suckers.
They eat and talk.
Yes, it's degrading. Brett?
Yes.
Where were you?
I was up in the ozone layer, sorry.
Were you on
from an airplane?
Were you on a portable phone?
Yeah. I'm next to the antenna.
Okay. What do you want?
Well, first
now he's mad.
Damn right I'm mad.
Now. Okay, what? Go. Hurry.
I wanted to tell Drew, hope he feels better, and all that good stuff. First, I wanted to tell him about the HIV test that you guys talked about a couple weeks back.
The home test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they have one now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's basically two types that you can order. Either you can call a number that's advertised on the TV, give them your address, and they'll send it to you, or you can go down to the store and buy it.
Right.
I recommend for those that are paranoid about their insurance to go down to the store and buy it, and then when they send it off, it just comes right back. It doesn't come back to their address. They just send it off. Then they call the number and they get the little results and counseling if they need it.
Something that somebody asked me though is, does a live voice come on the line immediately if your test is positive?
No.
And wouldn't
if it's positive, then yes. Then
wouldn't that freak people out as soon as they hear a live voice? They might just hang up and just.
Your tests are.
I think that they've already included that in the counseling part. There are people that are trained on that. So
we'll see. It'll be interesting.
All right, Brett.
Yahoo! My tests were positive. Woo!
What is your next question for the morbid Andy Dick?
I don't even know who you are.
He's from News Radio.
I don't watch television.
That's all right. Neither do I. I don't even have one plugged in, except to watch my video collection.
Hey, congratulations and best of luck. How's that?
Brett, stop insulting our guests. I'm the only one who can insult our guests.
Did he? I didn't even
insult him.
I didn't hear an insult.
What is your question?
Well, first I have 3 things for you, Adam.
Make them real fast. Go.
First, I want to interpret your dream. Second, I want to offer a mascot for Boobville if you're still interested. And the third one was more of a question.
You were going to interpret my dream where I was beaten relentlessly by my own scrotum by a hunchy, hipped over 40 women.
Right.
What does that mean?
It means you're afraid of getting old.
Okay.
See, the way I interpret it is that your idea of getting old is the grandpa who does laps at the YMCA, and because of all the previous talk of prostate cancer and testicular cancer, that's how the scrotum came into it, because you're afraid of losing your precious family jewels.
Okay.
And the little old ladies remind you of basically how you're not going to have the...
All right, hold on, Brett. I have to cut you and your retarded theory off at this point and move on to your next question, because this is not holding water with anyone here.
And then there's Maud.
What was your next comment, Brett?
I wanted to tell you, Adam, that if you're still interested in a mascot for Boobville, it should be the blue-footed booby. It's a coastal bird, and...
All right, well, we'll look into that. I'll have some of my...
What about the red-crested... I've seen those all over town.
I believe that is something that cannot be said on the radio.
Really? Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah. That would be something that does not...
CSer would be
one of those George Carlin 7 bad words.
Right. He ruined it for all of us.
Great.
All right, but we don't want to inhibit you in any way, Andy.
You delayed it out, right?
It is the best of Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. This next guest is like she's like a 6-foot yoo-hoo with a Wonder Bra on. She is a nice cold sip of dark chocolate. Of course, I'm talking about supermodel Tyra Banks. Casey?
Yes. Hi.
Casey?
Yeah.
That's how you spell it? You're 18.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening there?
Oh, nothing much. What's happening with you?
Nothing.
Well, I have a question.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is good. I'm just reading it. Finally. Go ahead.
Well, I've been pondering getting a breast reduction. I have 42D breast, and
Hold on. I'm going to close my eyes and put those right on Tyra. Okay. Fantastic.
I'm just weighing out, like, the pros and cons of this whole situation, like the whole surgery. And I saw them do the surgery on the Learning Channel or Discovery Channel or something the other day, and it just looks disgusting.
Really?
It's a big surgery.
I had myself to that special. Right, just,
Yeah, my boyfriend's little brother had it on. It was kind of funny. But anyway, I talked to a woman. She said it was extremely painful.
Sure.
But she doesn't regret it. But I don't tolerate pain very well, and I just...
What is compelling you to want to do this?
They're huge.
How big is the rest of you?
Well, I'm not skinny, but I'm not, like, extremely fat either.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't find, like, a bra to fit right. My back is starting to hurt.
Right.
I've seen a doctor, but I think he's a schmuck, so...
Usually surgeons are not going to be enthusiastic about doing this in your age unless you're having medical problems.
Okay.
Okay, because managing what you are physically, who you are as a physical being is something you learn to do as you grow into adulthood. And this is part of who you are at this point. And you can change it, and some people are very happy when they do. But it's an irreversible decision. Some people aren't happy with the scars.
Yeah, I have a friend that had it, and her scars are really bad.
Yeah.
I have another friend that had it, and hers can't tell at all, hardly.
Really?
So the scars
Are they
really-
both happy, both unhappy?
Both happy. Both happy.
So they're glad
she
they
said
did
she'd
it.
rather have scars than she used to have the marks on her
Bra
bra
straps,
straps and
Yeah.
all that.
I look for that.
And
I'm like an Indian when I see those things. I know it's good, wampum.
Wasabi.
Yes, not maybe 2 days, 3 days ahead on trail. We'll find breast.
and then one of them doesn't have any.
Yeah, hey.
In her.
Sorry. Yeah, the other one
doesn't
what?
have the one with the bad scarring. She doesn't have sensation in her
That's
nipples
right.
anymore.
That's
and the other
right.
one does.
Are these leggy supermodels too?
One of them is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not necessarily.
You're doing Tyra, you're doing, pretty good for a supermodel. A lot of the supermodels are flat-chested, and that's, frankly, my problem with the whole modeling world. I don't like these waif girls. They look like teenage boys. One of the things that defines a woman is breasts, for me. I mean, that's one of the differences.
Well, I have breasts and butt and hips and thighs and everything.
That's one of the other parts. There's like the list goes on, and then I haven't even got to the inside stuff. There's like fallopian tubing apparently, right, Drew? There's all kinds of stuff in there. It's like a hardware store in there. I don't even know what they got. But my point is I like the little difference between the males and the females. Now I know if this is causing you trouble and it's throwing your back out, you got to do something. But I would certainly suggest losing as much weight as you possibly could. I don't mean going on a starvation diet. Wait a minute, ladies. Now you're making a puss over here.
But you should phrase a little differently. Exercise, focus on your nutrition, optimize your weight. Optimize your weight.
Well, listen,
because some women lose a lot of fat there as they lose weight.
That's what I'm saying. If you're carrying a few extra pounds.
And by the way, most plastic surgeons.
Great. Really, you don't?
No, I don't. I don't lose weight there.
Wow.
Most plastic surgeons will ask, say, before liposuction, for you to optimize your weight. And see, they want to see what you can do. That you're not going to just have liposuction and let it go.
Right. Casey,
Yeah.
how much you weigh?
190.
And how tall are you?
5'5.5".
Mm-hmm. So you could lose a few pounds, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, why don't you do that first, since you're only 18? Maybe the breasts go. I hope they don't, but maybe the breasts go. And then when you're down to the weight you'd like to be, then you go in and talk to somebody if the breasts are still too large then.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like if you
Sounds
lost a little bit,
sensible,
it seems like they would go down a size.
And wait, examine this for a while. Give it a year or two of thought. And if you still want to do it, then by all means, of course, do it.
All right?
All right.
But take some pictures before you do anything, would you please?
All right.
All right. Boy, this Discovery Channel special about breast reduction,
Yeah.
is that what she was talking about?
Yeah, you saw it?
No, but apparently it's working as a deterrent, which is just diabolical. That is, you run that thing on a loop. Put that on the Disney Channel so the young kids could see it coming up.
I love those shows.
Yeah, I can't get enough of that stuff. I go home and stay up till 4 in the morning, and then I get up the next morning and I go, the Mary Mac sunk the monitor, and it was one of the first ironclad battles. Everyone looks at me and goes, shut the hell up. You know what you're talking about. You go home and watch the History Channel and the Discovery Channel?
Rarely, but I do like those a lot.
All right.
I have a different way of approaching it. I read. I know, it's the stretch we got.
True. If I wanted to read, I'd go to one of those places where they keep the books.
You mean the library?
Right, yeah, I'd go there. Bastard. Tyra, did you pick this call, by the way?
This is one you picked.
Oh, it is?
Adam. We're going to get hers next.
Oh.
Laura.
Hey.
Hey, you're 14. What's going on?
Hi. Well, first of all, I just want to say, Adam, I'm really sorry about your dog dying.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I know. I heard that, and I was like, oh my god, that puppy's only like.
Our whole support crew here, our production crew is broken.
Girls
up.
are devastated.
Yeah.
They really are. And like I said, girls will start getting pissed off if you're not upset enough eventually.
How's Lynette doing? Is she better?
Yes, my girlfriend, Lynette, is a complete mess. And she got pissed off at me yesterday for not having a strong enough reaction either. Worry.
Is she better?
She's all right, but she's pretty broken up. I got to tell you, love that dog. Laura?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, okay, why are guys like so competitive over the size of their package? Because like, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm a girl and stuff, right? And I'm not competitive over like the size of my bra or anything. So like, I was just wondering why guys do that.
Well, it's all we got. I mean, you women, you have many things to compete about. You know what I mean? I mean, you got your hair, women will have whole battles over the hair. They'll talk about the hair. You should see it here when Ann comes in with a different hairdo or something. We have to start the show late because there's conversation raging on in the next room about Ann's hair. Then you got the butt size. Then, of course, you got the breasts, left and right. So that's 2 there. Makeup application. Guys, we don't have anything. All we have is the junk. That's all we have to argue about.
It's a
Right,
straight.
Yes.
No one really knows. I don't think that anyone has a specific explanation for this. It's just the fact that it does occur, and it's much more of a concern for men than it is about women, or for women about men.
Tyra, you don't. That's not a concern of yours.
It's not a concern of mine, but I have a friend that she calls herself a size queen. That's what it's about with her.
Oh, really? That's
Oh
a big
yeah.
man?
Oh yeah. She's just like walks around and ooh, look at that. Like she looks at it as a thing. You know what I mean? Like walking down the street. I don't even look at that. I don't notice that. She's into it though.
But she likes them big when
Nice
she's
and big.
Really?
That friend is RuPaul.
That's RuPaul?
No.
No. Okay, don't ever introduce me there.
So it is some sort. For guys, that area tends to be somewhat symbolic for themselves and their sense of power.
Yeah.
And so they preoccupy about it.
But doesn't every guy think that they're smaller than they actually are? Do you think? Or are they really small and they're really...
Well, Adam?
Like it's average probably, but they think it's smaller.
I thought I was
than it
doing
is.
fine till we went to that airport bathroom in Cincinnati, Drew, and then I realized I was a little smaller. No, this is something some guys obsess about. All guys do this in high school, junior high, and they sort of get over it. And later on, it just becomes about how much money you make and what kind of car you drive, and that becomes a sort of external representation of the P9. That's why I bought myself a new car. Laura?
Yeah?
You're fine.
Okay.
Don't worry about the guy.
It's still, yeah.
Let him argue.
I was just wondering.
It is issues of prowess and power that it harkens back to an old biology that is anachronistic in today's age. So
Okay, she's 14, Drew. Her head spins.
I'm 24 and I don't know what he's talking about.
It does
33 and I don't know what he's talking about.
It's a remnant of our development as a species, and it has little meaning in modern society.
Tyra, you don't have any preference. You don't need a man that's well built that way, do you?
A pinky,
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I mean,
You sure you're not just being nice? You really mean that?
Just because Adam's sitting across from you?
Please, Drew. I'm very angry.
it doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
Really doesn't?
It really doesn't. Oh my gosh.
I have this theory that women really enjoy the oral sex being performed on them, that is, more than they enjoy the size of a man's penis or the sexual intercourse itself. Yeah, Robin's nodding over there. Yeah, that's Tyra's friend. You're going to nod? You don't have to say anything, just nod.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You're right to have that. Okay, that's fine. Like, here's the deal. If you were stranded on some deserted island, what would you rather have the guy leave on the ship, his penis or his mouth?
I'd rather him leave his penis because then we can talk and do it too.
That's right. Very good answer. Okay.
All right.
Be a no-brainer for me. Leave the mouth.
I mean, I can have the mouth. I mean, I'd want
Yeah,
the
you
mouth.
get the mouth. Yeah,
Yeah.
you take the mouth.
Yeah, the mouth.
All right. That just bolstered my theory there. Thank you.
Abby.
Abby,
Uh-huh.
what's going on?
Well, okay, this is a question for Tyra. Oh, yeah, and by the way, I just want to say that, Adam, you're like God to me.
That's right.
I
See
have,
that?
I have a wall in my room dedicated to you,
Really?
Drew. I have, like, all these pictures of you guys, and
Really?
Wow.
What pictures?
Yeah, we have
We don't have
just, like,
pictures.
you guys sitting in your studio. And there's, like, pictures of your mic, and there's just a picture of you sitting down looking at a telephone, and
Really?
it's cool. My friend.
Oh, the web?
Crazy.
Something off a website or something?
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
I got my windows tinted on my car the other day, and the guy said, "Hey, how about a picture?" And I said, "I don't have one.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do we have some? But I don't know where they are."
Nobody ever gives them to us, though.
All right, Abby.
Yeah.
Thank you. What's going on?
All right. Well, okay. Like the other night, Natasha was in there, and remember when she said how she gained like 25 pounds or something?
Yes.
At a certain point.
Natasha Henstridge.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, I almost dumped her.
Oh.
I really did.
Okay, I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, well, I've gained like 20 pounds since last year, and but not like in a good way. I've been like getting kind of fat and stuff, and I was wondering how you models, like, I guess like a long time ago. There's another she's like a nude model. I forgot her name, but she's like Swiss or something, and she said that she used to be chunky when she was smaller. You know, so I'm kind of thinking there might still be hope for me when I'm older.
Oh, Abby, you're only 14. I mean, of course.
I know. I have friends that are in high school that were heavier and now they're not. In fact, Robin was, weren't she? Robin was much heavier in high school, and now she's totally slimmed out, and naturally, not even really trying to.
It happened in 11th grade.
See, because like I'm like very developed. I don't even look like I'm 14. I mean, I look like I'm 17 or something. That's what they tell me, and I'm kind of worried that.
Well, why did you put the weight on, or how did you put the weight on?
Just like eating and not exercising a lot.
Hold on, let me write that down. Apparently, there's a link, Drew, between calorie consumption and
sedentary life.
Sedentary life? Hold on. Very radical.
Amazing.
So you ate a lot and you didn't move around too much, and then you put weight on.
Yeah.
Okay.
You learn to manage your body type and metabolism as you mature. I mean, it changes every year at your age. And, people talk about women going off to college and gaining 20 pounds.
Yeah.
It's a different stage of development, a different environment, different relationship with eating. And I am a huge believer in proper nutrition and exercise. It's very simple. I mean,
Nice biscuit treats.
If you manage your diet properly, and by the way, I'm a huge fan of dietitians. I think that a talented dietitian can give you a plan, a menu that is tailored specifically to you. Yeah. The foods you like, the way you live. And
how much do they charge for that?
I don't know.
Well, do you have to see them every week?
Well, it's best if you do because it keeps you on the menu. It keeps you on the plan.
But, who is she? Cher?
Not every week. No, I understand.
14.
I understand. But I would imagine for a single consultation, they could get $30 to $50.
All right, but listen, I'll be your dietitian. Stop eating so much crap and start working out.
Well, that and try to get your diet balanced. I mean, a simple solution is 40-30-30, just like a balance.
I had a tiny question. Okay, I heard that, I was talking to some friends, and they said that if you start, not eating a lot, that you'll start losing your boobs. Is that true?
Some people.
Oh.
Not Tyra. Tyra couldn't lose her boobs if she was with that soccer team that crashed up in the Indies.
Oh, my God.
She really wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Alive. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be the only good part about going down in a plane with Tyra. Eventually, you get to eat her.
Oh, my God.
I don't mean eat her sexually. Please, Drew.
It's more bizarre. Yeah.
Okay. Look, it's an entertainment show. Everyone relax. Abby?
Yeah?
All right, just stop worrying so much about everyone.
Okay.
I know it's hard, but here's what you do. Do the best you can do for yourself.
Aerobic exercise, balanced diet, curtail the calories.
And listen.
1,800 a day, 2,000.
There's no substitute for genetics. Tyra, you'll back me up on this, I'm sure. People have different shapes.
Everybody has a certain body type that they're...
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, don't worry about trying to mold your body type into Tyra Banks's body type. You try to do the best with what you have. It could be great, it could be bad, but realize your own potential.
Exactly.
Don't realize
I tell
others.
women all the time. I mean, even with me, I deal in an industry where they have some of the most amazing bodies in the world. I've always wanted my waist to be smaller. It's not the smallest waist. It looks like it's small because I have breasts and hips, but it's not really small, Yeah. And I look at models like, ooh, I wish I could have that, ooh, and it will never be. And I have to realize that. And I realize it now.
Yeah.
But it took a while.
It's quite a burden you have to shoulder. That's got to be rough. Imagine going through life that way, Drew. Whew.
I don't have calves either. I have no calves.
Yeah.
And you just realize I try to work them out all the time. They're just never going to be.
Yeah, that's right. That's a very good point. Calves, totally hereditary. Absolutely. Some people, it's like I have a friend, Vince DiGiacomo, on the football team. He looked like he had a horseshoe implanted in each calf. I would run and drag that stupid truck tire around the track and everything. Nothing. Chicken. Looked like a chicken with hair on it, even worse. So make the best of what you got. Coming up on the Best of Loveline, comedian Jon Stewart, and I will administer the hat test. It is the Best of Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. And as per usual at this time of the show, we will be back in a minuscule 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on radio station. KNRK in Portland. New rock alternative. New rock alternative. New rock alternative. At 94.7 NRK.
It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Of course, this is the Best of Loveline. So put down the phone, pick up a gun. We're not here. We can do nothing to help you this week. Although you can listen and relearn some of the lessons of the past, starting with Jon Stewart. All right, I'm going to read the HAT test, the heterosexual aptitude test. I did the GAT test, the gay aptitude test, last week, and maybe we'll get back and get into the LAT test, the lesbian aptitude test, and many other tests.
Now, are you
as we roll
suggesting
on.
that there are people that are more solidly gay than others by using the aptitude test?
We have a lot of folks calling in that are a little ambivalent. They're on the gay fence, and
they don't have the knowledge. I mean, in terms of aptitude, or
they're not quite sure where they. Well, they're not sure where they are, and this helps through a definitive test. That's you give yourself points, you tally them up, and you can tell where you stand.
Are they direct questions like, do you enjoy genitalia similar to yours?
Some of them are. You may want to go along with this one. The
heterosexual one?
Yeah, you may want to take.
I'll take it. Do you have a pen?
Yeah, I have a pen right here.
All right.
Here's a pen. I don't know what this is, but oh, you do?
Now,
All right,
if I draw just a picture of a naked woman, does that mean I get 100? With a little arrow?
This is the male.
My thing goes here.
Right. This is the male heterosexual aptitude test. Right.
Right. All right. Here we go.
Is this multiple choice or essay?
Just listen.
Okay.
Laugh and learn. Give yourself a point for every time you've urinated in the tub.
Oh my God.
And add an additional 5 points if you just made a special trip to pee in the tub. I mean, not that you were in the tub or in the shower or even disrobed, that you just urinated in the tub.
I'm going to do this question since New Year's.
Okay, good man.
I can't count that high.
5 points for every time you've eaten something off a lunch truck. Add an additional point for every time you've eaten you've made a meal out of something you've either shot, trapped, or backed over. If you've named your penis, add 5 points. Now, here's a twist. If you've named your buddy's penis, deduct 25 points.
Oh, boy.
You see how this works?
I've got a lot of friends.
Add a point for every time you've barbecued. Add an additional point for every time you've slopped beer on whatever you're barbecuing. You know you're a man when you're spilling the old Milwaukee on the cue. All right, give yourself a point for any one or more of these items that you may own. A gun rack, an issue of big brown jugs, a Barbie Twins calendar, a bowling trophy, a vibrating electronic football game, a domestic beer can collection.
Slow down.
All right, you caught up?
Yeah.
A still, a hypoid saw, a roto hammer.
Is this a heterosexual test for the 30s or for now? What year is this?
Listen, if you own a still, I don't care what day and age we're in, you're all a man.
All right, Capone.
A jack, a jack, sledge, or waffle end framing hammer. Add 5 points for if you own a Playboy air freshener. 10 points if you have a Penthouse air freshener dangling from your rear view. If you know the words to any college fight song, add 5 points. If you've ever wiped yourself with a tube sock, give yourself 5 points.
It's just Sarah Lawrence. Then do you get any points for that?
That would be under the lesbian aptitude test. All right, musically, 1 point for every CD that you have of the following bands, and 5 points if it's an 8-track. Ted Nugent, Leonard Skinner, Black Sabbath, Gwar, Molly Hatchet, Foghat,
wow,
Megadeth.
Did you go to my high school?
Billy Squire, or as I like to call him, just Squire. Yeah. 38 Special, Warrant, White Zombie, Crocus, Ozzy Osbourne, Danzig, BTO, White Snake, and Thin Lizzy.
It's like you're reading my diary.
If you drive an El Camino, a dually, a stepside, or a stake bed pickup truck, give yourself 5 points. And additional 20 points if any of those vehicles bear the No Fat Chicks license plate frame. All right, and this one specially for me. If you've ever had a pal shave your ass, add 50 points. All right. How'd you fare there, John?
1,338 points.
You're all man. Drew, you got a call?
Yeah.
All right. Sean, 25, you're on Loveline.
Buddy.
Hey.
I just want to say, John, you're cool. Mostly I wanted to thank Adam and Drew. You guys are true humanitarians for what you do for people.
Thank you. We wouldn't do it if we didn't get paid a tremendous amount of money now, Sean. I'm going to be honest.
I'm sure.
What's your question?
Well, I just wanted to comment that you are not the only one who hasn't gotten laid in the past or is presently not getting laid.
Uh-huh.
He's actually, Adam's kidding.
Yes, I'm kidding. You're deadly, deadly serious.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get it much through high school, but
right.
Then I kind of blossomed, and I'm kind of going through the dry spell.
How old are you now?
25.
How long is this dry spell?
A couple months.
Oh, a couple of months.
Please.
You don't know dry. It's like telling a Bedouin you live in a sandbox, my friend.
Sean?
Yeah.
2 months hardly makes a dry spell.
All
right. You're getting, you sound disturbed about this, though, nonetheless.
Anytime there's a character on Melrose Place who's getting laid less than you, you're still doing okay.
And I'm suspicious that you may be sort of frustrated with the way your relationship's going. Is that safe to say?
Well, I don't have a relationship.
Right. I mean, you're getting a bit of an age when you start to want something more substantial.
Yeah.
Is that where you're at now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just sort of shifted gears, and if it's worth waiting for, it's worth waiting for. I mean, you're going to have to work for this one because this is going to be a real relationship. You've been messing around since post high school.
All right, listen, forget Sean.
And
He's not getting laid. Big deal. Lorraine, 21. You're on Loveline.
Oh, geez. Wow. Hi.
Hey.
I got to say this is the first time I ever really tried calling in because John Stewart is the SH. You know what.
He certainly is.
Thank you, Lorraine.
Definitely, I mean that.
Shop. Sean thought I was cool.
What's your question, Lorraine?
I got two. The first one is, I'm not currently on any kind of birth control, but the pill is supposed to be the most effective one there is out there, from what I understand.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. My boyfriend's been telling me, and I asked him about this before, too, because he seems to know, that the Norplant method, he told me that the Norplant has the same stuff in it that the pill does.
Basically, it does.
So why do I think that I've been hearing that the Norplant method has been having less of a success rate?
I don't know where you've heard that. There's problems with it. I mean, people don't like.
Well, talk on the street, Drew.
Yeah. I don't know where
A lot
you're
of
hearing
street corner people talking Northland. Hey, Lorraine, can I ask you a different question? Does it bother you that your boyfriend is a contraception expert?
Does it bother me?
Well, yeah. I mean, you come home with a boyfriend and he seems to have it all worked out contraception-wise. I don't know. That would kind of bug me. It's like when you go out with a girl and she's got like a filing cabinet filled with condoms. It's just.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but it doesn't. I don't look at it that way.
These days, this is also different since you were in high school. It's considered healthy.
Oh my God! Oh, it is. Oh, all right.
Yes. Both those situations are considered healthy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was just wondering about that. Maybe I have been hearing false things about.
Do you want to get the Norplant?
God, no.
Okay, they go on the birth control pill.
Wait, I'm going.
Is that healthy? The birth control pill?
For this age, 18 to 30, it probably is healthier to be on the pill than not if you're going to be sexually active.
Should I get on it?
No. That certainly the risks of pregnancy are far greater than the risk of taking the pill.
What about? Did you read about that company they reversed the sugar pills and the birth control pills in the package
by accident?
You know what I'm talking about? By accident.
Yeah.
So women were taking like sugar pills when they thought they were taking
because a packet will have 30 or 31 pills or something like that, where 28 pills or whatever the month is.
I mean, that's not like putting the cotton in the aspirin bottle. I mean, that's a screw.
That's a big screw up.
Yeah.
I've not heard of that one.
But I just wanted to reiterate. Well, I didn't reiterate before, but iterate it. But I did want to say that him knowing about it, it's kind of helpful. I've never looked at it as kind of being a cumbersome thing.
All right. Go on the pill. The pill is a very safe means of contraception. The risks of the pill are far less than the risk of pregnancy. That women your age on the pill have lower risk for things like pelvic inflammatory disease. When they get pelvic inflammatory disease, they have shorter hospitalizations. There's lots of reasons to be on it. If you're a non-smoker, you're under 30, I think that's the way.
What's your second question?
That's the downer, because I am. And I'm also worried about the weight gain thing.
Right. If you have migraines, if you have other reasons to not be on the pill, I mean, think about it long and hard. There are lots of different dosings.
Ass acne.
Yes, that takes the wind out of the sexual sail.
Yeah, in many ways, yeah.
Lorraine.
Sometimes I just draw it
Yeah.
What's your second question?
Second question, this is...
Sort of a howdy-doody-like pattern?
Yeah.
What is it?
This has been bothering me actually for a couple of years now, because I've been dating him for about that long. And I wasn't a virgin when I met him, but I definitely was inexperienced when I met him. And I was getting the feeling, and it wasn't a feeling, it was true, that I wasn't having orgasms as much as we'd like for me to have because I wasn't masturbating. And all throughout my childhood, I never touched myself, I mean, really at all. And he was definitely the first sexual relationship I've ever had, I mean, intensely sexual. And once in a while he'll ask me if I've done it, when he wasn't around, and, if I've, came. And I'd have to say, no, I haven't. And the truth is, I just don't think about it. But I think I love having sex with him, and I do love having sex and everything that comes with it.
All right. Well, that's it.
No problem.
We're moving on.
You getting rid of her? I was getting hot.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. She likes having sex. He makes her hot. She enjoys sex. Good enough. You want to masturbate? Get into it. What else can we say? Or don't. Julie, 16. You're on Loveline.
Hi, all right. About a week ago, me and my boyfriend were having sex. And, on the middle of it, he screamed out my best friend's name.
That's that can be disconcerting.
Yeah.
And did you clamp down on him like a pit bull at that point?
No.
That sounds like a bad episode of Three's Company,
I
huh?
should have, though.
It really does.
Jack.
Chrissy, what is the name of your best friend?
Monica?
Okay. And he screamed it out in the at the peak, at the climax?
Well, a little before that.
Why don't you guys share what you were talking about off there a little bit?
John was blaming the blacks for all the problems in today's society, and I said it was the Jews, and then we almost got in a fist fight because I found out he was Jewish.
What
were we talking about, Drew?
On the break, we were talking about that sounds like such a TV moment. That somebody's shouting out somebody's name during sex. I've had a lot of sex. I've never heard anyone shout out a name. I hear this a lot. Wrong hole.
Right.
But I never hear anyone's name.
I've had my roommate.
I hear my eye, but I never hear...
I've had my roommate, which goes along with a wrong hole, by the way, sometimes. I've had my roommate shout out my name and pound on the wall and yell, quit masturbating so loudly.
Right.
But
honestly, have you ever heard of anyone shouting out a name? I would find that disconcerting, even if it was my name.
Right. You'd stop.
You'd stop and go, what?
What? Are you all right?
Exactly.
What's going on? Right. It's like some sort of a sexual page in the middle of sex.
Is he loud typically during sex?
Excuse me?
Is he loud typically? Does he shout other things? Does he make noise?
No.
No.
He just blurted it out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he has some form of sexual Tourette's.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, who just entered the cabin?
Oh, my mom.
Okay.
Your mom?
Yeah.
So do we have to check? And anyway, when you're growing rhododendrons, what you need to do is take the soil and till it.
So, did you question him about this, Julie?
No, I don't know how to.
No. Okay. Would you like me to question him about it?
No.
I think you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Let's get it over with.
No.
Please.
I prefer if you wouldn't.
Okay.
Can I question him? Can we question Monica about this? Perhaps there's something about that we should know about.
All right. So
nobody.
Yeah, you guys followed through on that experience in spite of you being disturbed like that?
No.
What happened?
Well, nothing really.
You mean you stopped in the middle of it? You threw him off?
No, but I didn't tell him what was wrong.
How did he react? Did he do a whoops?
He didn't really...
Which is one of the few things I will yell out during sex.
Whoops?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll yell that.
Whoops and sorry are my as audible as I get. He didn't... and it's usually in that order. Whoops, sorry.
I just usually yell out, cash on table. Don't call cop.
Stay away from the Coke on your way out. So, Julie...
Oh, my God, my mom just walked in. Now what do I do? Oh!
Julie, he didn't seem apologetic or anything?
No, he acted like nothing was wrong.
All right, so he was playing it cool. All right, I think I should confront him. If you won't let me confront him, then I think you need to confront him.
Because obviously, he's going to deny it no matter what. He's already minimizing it, and you're probably going to require somebody else to push him a little bit to see if other people agree that he's not covering something up.
Can I ask you, does he flirt with your friend Monica? Does he talk about her ever out of the sack?
Nope.
How long have you been out with your
Never
boyfriend?
brings her up?
Nope.
How long have you been out with your boyfriend?
About 2 months.
Okay, and you've never seen Monica and your boyfriend exchanging glances or anything like that?
Never.
No weird feelings.
Okay, well, listen. Here's the situation, and Drew, you say you're a doctor, so you'll know what I'm talking about. I had sometimes when you're under duress, even if it's sexual duress, you'll shout out bizarre things, like when people come out of a coma, they say bizarre. It's not like the movies. I had a friend. We went to Tijuana. He passed out on the border just in a blacked out. And we knew it because we kicked him in the nuts a few times while he was lying there, which is what good buddies do to find out if their friends are actually passed out or faking it. He was passed out. We stuffed him in the back of a Celica, and we're driving into San Diego. And when he woke up from this, what was about a 45-minute blackout. Yes, it had Shelley Long in it. When he woke up, he yelled something from a commercial, Uncle Ben's converted rice commercial that had been running during the time. This is the early 80s. He yelled, "Captain, we can't feed them boys sticky rice." Okay,
He did not.
That's the first thing out of the guy's mouth. All right, why he yelled, "Captain, we can't feed them boys sticky rice"? I don't know. I don't know if he knows. It was lodged somewhere in his brain, and it just came crawling out right at that time.
So what you're saying is it might be a different Monica. It might be from a commercial.
It could be. Was there an Uncle Ben's commercial that involved someone named Monica?
Could have been monocle.
Monocle.
He was yelling out for Colonel Klink. Logan. I yell that a lot during sex. Schultz.
Welcome back to more of the best of Loveline. Don't bother calling in. We will not answer the phone. But even though we're on vacation and this is on tape, I guarantee it is twice as good as anything you would have heard had we been here this week. And if you don't believe me, well, our next guest is Sugar Ray. They're just riding the crest of life at this point, and I must say, enjoying it. They look very spry.
A lot of good time. We've been working out.
Well,
you can tell.
Yeah,
new clothes?
It's not getting to them.
No.
You know what I mean? They're still the same guys.
Not the rock and roll excesses. We haven't done that yet. We haven't met Jimmy Page yet. But we're still putting it out there. No, but you know what? We're having a good time. Wait, look. We're from Newport Beach, California, right?
Right.
And K-Rock was fed.
East Bluff, as I remember.
East Bluff.
Yeah, East.
Dr. Drew.
Jeez,
Come on, you know too much. You're like Big Brother, George Orwell. But it's like, it's a joke to us, you know what I mean? It's not a joke, it's really real and really great, but it's just, it's like Fantasy Island, you know what I mean? It's like I'm waiting for a tattoo to go, all right, the tour is over, you go home now, you know?
Well, it's good, though. It's kind of refreshing because a lot of bands struggle for a long time, and their carrot at the end of the stick is that they get played on the radio and that they sell CDs and that they get to do the Tonight Show and that they have success and that they make money. And then when they get there, they seem really bitter and disappointed about the whole situation.
God, I hate being on TV, man. Oh, this platinum record thing hanging in my bathroom really stinks.
Right,
like, I don't understand the mentality, because you know why? Because we're music fans. We're fans of music, and that's it. And that's as far as it goes. And hopefully I could be mean to you like in a year, Adam.
I hope so, too.
These guys are neighbors. They grew up, remember this? In the neighborhood of somebody we know.
He said he had a short memory, remember?
Yeah. Who?
Susan.
Susan, your wife?
Yes.
All right. Well, don't be so cryptic, Drew.
We talked about it at length last time they were on the show.
Dr. Drew is about family and people. He's a man of value, which I love, which is missing in the 90s. It's like if you're married for 6 years, it's like, wow, what a great marriage.
You guys just change places.
Listen, I wish we could change places. I could go out on road with the band.
How's your singing?
No, because that thing on my testicle won't go away. So. I got my own personal person.
That's my hand, by the way. All right.
Nice.
Why did I try with him? Why? I'm done.
All right. This is Hayden, who's 19.
Pat.
What's up, Adam, Drew, Sugar Ray? You guys talk.
What's going on, Hayden?
What's up, dude?
I saw you guys up in Fresno, and the only disappointment I had was I didn't hear Big Black Woman.
Yes, you did, and I'm disappointed in you for not knowing that. You were there at that Fresno radio show, and I'll be damned if we didn't play Big Black Woman.
Yeah, we did it.
Screaming, man.
Now, I'm a little disappointed in you.
We did it.
You know, maybe your ears were plugged from Fiona Apple's set, but we definitely played Big Black Woman.
Have you guys ever played with Smash Mouth?
Yeah, we toured with them.
Wouldn't that be a great combo?
We played with Smash Mouth for 2 months. It had the best time ever.
Right as their single is coming out,
They might be in town because they're shooting a video tomorrow with our friend McGee, who's a great director.
Hello, McGee.
Yes, we did tour Smash Mouth, and you know what? And
say what's up to
Smash
Smash Mouth.
The same, and
You're right. You're the same kind of.
A lot of poo-poo pee-pee humor, and no one was interested but me and Steve, the singer. And
Right.
It was fun. That was.
Yeah.
I mean, Adam's like, he's giving me that, you know.
He's like a young Ed Asner.
Oh God. Who, me or him?
Steve. Who likes a good fart joke.
Who doesn't though?
Smash Mouth.
Hey, let me tell you, my crowning achievement of last weekend, Drew, I know you've heard this, but you guys could certainly identify with this, and certainly the Smash Mouth guys could. I was in my kitchen with one of my buddies, and even though I'm 33 years old,
I already like
we're still getting a big-time farting competition, you know? And the competition ranges from the fart in the car where he rolls up the windows and locks them and turns the heater on.
Window on?
And locks the door because I'll try to open the door and flap it around to the see if you can get the guy to feel something on the linoleum of the kitchen floor and then plant one on his head. But here was my crowning achievement. So me and this guy have been going at it all night and all year.
God, I love you.
And I had him in the kitchen, and we were just eating. I was putting away some stuff. I made a pot of coffee, and I had a big can of unground coffee. You know, the whole coffee bean.
Right.
But there's about an inch worth of bean at the bottom of this cylinder-shaped can that was about 8 or 9 inches tall. And I just put it up against my butt while he had the garbage disposal going, so he couldn't hear it. And I just filled the can, just... And then I took the can, and I just, right from my ass to his face, and I said, as I was putting the can to his face, I said, oh, smell that fresh roast coffee. And he just put his nose right down the can and went...
Farts are never not funny.
That was huge. Huge.
You know I can make a guy throw up.
Mark.
Oh, I did a victory dance in my kitchen.
I've made my girl throw up many a time. I get the Dutch oven under the
right.
comforter.
No. Yeah.
It's like, wow, well, it smells, the breeze is great. And then she pulls up and then like, you know, it's like Agent Orange.
No, we do this thing on a bus too, man. We all lean our asses out our bunks.
Oh, yeah,
and just blow farts all night and close the doors on both ends of the bunk.
Because on a bus, the air gets regurgitated.
Right.
If you have some nice, say, like, and I love truck stops, and I'll get 2 corn dogs, cheese whiz, and like some tortillas,
Right.
and it's over. I killed these guys. Remember, you went to take a taxi from Philly to New York. You remember that?
It's
Don't get on our bus, man.
Oh boy. It's you know you're serious when you actually start planning your meals around
to affect others.
What you're doing. Even Drew over here, who's a doctor, one time about a year ago, we jumped into the back of a limousine.
Yeah.
As soon as the door slammed, I let a huge one go because there's that downtime when the limo driver slams the door. It's going to take him about 10 seconds to get into the car. So I let
window of opportunity.
Let the big one go. And Drew looked at me, and I've never seen him this serious before in his life. He goes, don't F with me, man, because I'll start eating onions. Because, Drew, you know what does it for you, right? But Drew threatened me. He's a doctor, and he was so deathly serious that I apologize? And I rarely...
You shrinked into the car.
Yeah, I was like, hey, sorry, man, it's cool.
You know, Drew's got access to the good pills that can really set one off. You know what I mean? You know,
yeah.
So I'm not worried about Dr. Drew.
What are those pills?
Vicodins, man, they constipate you forever.
Now, I just recognize every female listener is clicking off right now.
Oh, they love it.
No,
they love good
women
gas
don't-
talk.
And where are you?
That's how
And-
you
and
keep
walk
women.
out of the room.
That's what I was going to say to you guys.
This
Like, why
is
is that such a dude thing?
Women do not get this.
But you know what? To love us is to smell us.
Well, that's what guys.
That's how you keep your women.
I'll tell you what the female equivalent
Hey,
to this
we
is.
talked about yeast earlier, didn't we?
Right, it's talk about the periods and the yeast and that
That's
sort
not
of
funny for them.
Hey, well, you know
That's
what?
not funny for us
Do
either.
your girlfriends or wives' laundry for a week, and you will see the surprises in what they learn, okay? So don't even...
Exactly.
Yeah, but they don't laugh about it. They don't
Yeah, well,
laugh.
neither did I, man, okay? So it was unreal.
All right. True, please. You're part woman and you enjoy good farting
Wait,
story.
women, hear him, rough.
Coming up. This is the best of Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. And next up, Semisonic. Mike?
Hey.
You're 15.
I listen to your show. You guys are great. I've actually stopped a UPS person on this, like she was delivering a package, and I stopped on the street and I asked her why would they have that particular shade of brown, and she went on like this whole thing. But basically, the idea is that if you look at like FedEx guys or DHL people who wear like any color, like who wear like white, she said that the reason why it's brown is because they get dirty, and you don't see dirt on brown. And that's the point.
Well, yeah, the whole sort of theme there is military colors, right? The truck is sort of a green and brown. And
No, the truck's brown.
but everything's sort of green and brown.
Yeah, the truck's brown because you don't see dirt on the truck. And
So they let the trucks get dirty as well as the drivers?
basically,
Brown is the color of packages. Brown was the new black last year, but then it's not the new black anymore, so I don't think they got to switch somehow.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you could, if you had to. Brown is the camouflage of packing paper. I mean, you could really lose yourself if you had to hide out amongst parcels. You certainly could do it in a brown uniform. All right, Mike, is that it?
yeah, basically.
Thank you.
Was she running in place while you were talking to her?
No, she wasn't.
She was
But
relaxing?
She looked like she wanted to go somewhere, though. She had
Right.
a shifty-eyed look.
Have you ever seen, when have you ever seen a UPS guy just smoking a cigarette and sort of chilling?
I saw one running down the street smoking the other day with a package in the other hand.
It's a very well-run organization. I hope my son goes to work for that organization someday. Amanda.
The sales department of Carolla is going to hand you a transcript of this since FedEx is their client.
Oh, it is.
All right.
All right. Amanda,
Yes.
you're 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the time, you know when I was calling Mountain Dew Nectar of the Tards for a while? It'd become quite a nice running joke over here. And I used to get in arguments with stone 15-year-olds about why Mountain Dew was the nectar of the tards until I got on a private jet with the general manager of the station, and we had a couple of beers, and we're having a real jovial time until he said to me,
Mountain Dew, he yelled across the plane. And I said, yeah, it's Nectar of the Tards. And he said, you know who makes Mountain Dew? And I said, I don't know, a bunch of tards somewhere. And he said, Pepsi! And I went, yeah. And he said, they're a big client! And I went, oh. And he went, don't ever talk about it again! And I went, and my normal answer, and then this is why I know people must hate me. I said, well, okay, I'll see what I can. Don't see what you can do. You know? So that was it. Jeez,
I'm glad you've never mentioned it since then.
Well,
that's really cool.
To be fair to me, it was over a year ago, wasn't it? Or about a year ago, I got yelled at.
I basically got jumped by a Southwest airline gate attendant. I was trying to juggle my kids in. I needed help, and the guy just became assaultive. And I was livid, and I came out and talked about it, and the next day was handed a transcript of what I had said.
Yeah, so you got to be careful about what you talk about here. It's okay to tell, for me to tell 15-year-olds to experiment with heroin, but I can't talk any smack about a beverage, because that's considered negligent and irresponsible.
Amanda.
Yes.
What's going on?
Okay, first of all, I have a question for Drew and Adam.
Yes.
Why is it that all your calls, do your screeners only screen out the people with the more, sexual questions or the questions pertaining to that?
No.
We're trying to work some automotive questions in every once in a while.
We just had a Will Parkinson White question.
Yeah, because I have two questions, one for Adam and one for Drew.
Didn't Drew just whine on ad nauseum about some mitral valve prolapse?
You're right. You guys brought up a good point, but your screeners, I mean, not you guys.
All right, Amanda, what's your question? Go ahead.
Because I called one time.
Right, you made it on. What's going on?
And I told her I was having problems at work, and she said, oh, can you call back, and hung up on me.
Yeah.
And the second time I called, I said, hey, me and my boyfriend, I think you have a threesome. Put me right on.
Yeah, well, it's not a show about problems at work. It's called Loveline.
Exactly.
It's not the job line. For Christ's sake, all right, for that, let her stew a little longer.
All right, Amanda, wait just a sec.
Please. Let her stew a little longer. Jesus Christ.
Chad, what's going on?
Wait, where is that? Hold on a second.
All right, put him on hold. Wait.
What?
He's on hold. Go ahead. Chad.
What, I was pressing 5.
Chad.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. My question is actually, it's about...
Chad, don't listen to your radio. Turn your radio off.
Okay, hold on.
All right, now, screw Tad. Listen.
Go back to Amanda.
Screw Amanda. Let Amanda screw Tad. Please. Tired of being a wet nurse to these tardos. Let's just move on. They can sit and think about their attitude. Talia, you're 15. What's going on?
Yeah, about 4 months ago, I found out that my biological father had a lot of problems with drinking, and he was diagnosed as schizophrenic. And I had a couple questions about that. I wasn't quite sure if it's genetic in any way or anything.
Well, there are genetic properties. It does tend to be in... Mental disorders in general can sort of follow in family lineages, but not necessarily.
Look at the Jacksons. I think that's proof positive that this stuff does follow a family. Ooh. Wow. Are you, wait a minute. Your last name is Jackson?
My stepfather's last name, yes.
I have a lot of weird stuff going on today. Now listen to this. Hold on a second. I got a buddy staying with me from New York in the room over there. Name's Daniel. He's having a good time. I got him an inflatable mattress. He was pissed off.
He's a big-time producer.
It cost me $100 for that thing.
Oh, for God's
All right. The point is he leaves my house today about 10 in the morning to go down to the office. His wife calls about 10 minutes later. The office is about 10 minutes away. She said, "Is Daniel there?" I says, "No, he left, but." Well, I tried him at the office. He wasn't there. I said, well, he should be getting there any moment, but the way he drives in this rain, God only knows what could have happened. He could have gotten in a car accident. I got the accident. I got to the office a half hour later. Got in an accident on the way there. Now then, on the way to the office, I pull over at this awning place. Big, always put it on an awning, by the way. Awning places always got an awning out front. Right. I guess they cut a deal with themselves or something. But the point is I pull in there, and I'm sitting there talking to the guy, and I'm talking about awnings. naturally. And the phone rings. He says, hold on. He's talking to this woman on the phone. Uh-huh. Yes, you have a broken awning, and I won't say my address, but you're at 28 blah, 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 blah street. And he goes, so where is that? What's wrong with your awning? I go, well, hold on. This is my neighbor. I walked past the house yesterday. I noticed a broken awning. Here's what's going on with the awning. Now, it didn't have the awning, the title, the company on the awning. I had not spoken to my neighbor. I had no idea that this was the same company. I just happened into the place
where she was calling.
And she was calling about a problem with her awning that I had stared at the day before when I was walking my dog. Wow. And I told the guy what he needed to fix her awning.
Wow.
And then we're easing into that spiritual topic we hit on earlier, and you're undergoing a kind of a
metamorphosis
awakening right now. Yeah.
So,
now Talia Jackson.
So now I just called you the Jackson.
All right, what's up? So Talia, you wonder, are you at risk for this?
Yeah, kind of.
How accurate do you think the diagnosis? In other words, how did you find out that he had the diagnosis of schizophrenia?
Well, he was just beating up on my mom and freaking out. He was upset because my mom had got pregnant because she was very young.
But he's an alcoholic. We know that.
Well, it wasn't that he drank too much. It was that he was allergic to it, I guess. And he ended up killing himself when I was 3 years old.
All right. Well, all we know is he's an alcoholic.
And
being allergic to alcohol.
He was diagnosed by doctors with schizophrenia.
Okay. So I wouldn't.
And his sisters and an.
I would say I would be more concerned with the addiction potential here, which you have about a 50% probability or possibility of inheriting.
Okay.
You have a far less probability of getting schizophrenia.
Yeah,
okay?
I was wondering about genetic problems because from what I know, his sister's in an institution somewhere, and his mother was retarded with Down syndrome. So.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm thinking the family got it out of their system. You know what I mean? And that they purged themselves of all this mental disorders, and you're going to go on to write novels.
Have you had any problems?
No, not that I know of.
All right.
But I had another side to the question.
Real quick.
Is my mom's new husband that has been around since I was 6 months old.
Right.
Now, whenever I bring up the subject around my mom, he gets really, really mad, and he's now favoring my sister and brother, and he won't talk to me. He won't say anything to me anymore ever since I found out.
Found out what?
Found out that he's not my real father.
Oh.
They had told me since I was little that he was my dad.
Oh.
And now
I could imagine as a parent how it would feel if the child suddenly became sort of preoccupied with another parent when you'd been the one that loved and raised the child. It would be offensive a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I hope you could contain it as a parent, but I can imagine he'd be hurt. And maybe badly hurt, and give him an opportunity to tell you how hurt he is. Ask him, you tell him, confront him on his behavior, and ask him where it's coming from.
It's just a weird thing and a weird transition, and you're going to have a couple of shaky months in there, but I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker if the guy's halfway decent.
Right, I agree.
All right, we're going to run to a break. I'm going to see if I can bend a spoon or start a watch using nothing but telepathy, and we'll be back.
Thank you.
You are listening to the Best of Loveline. Now, we have gotten request after request to play not only the Dr. Drew Shuffle, but the Dr. Drew Boogie. The out-of-context Drew Drops. We take little snippets of his conversation throughout the week and the year, and we distill them down into it's a very melodic, well put together piece of engineering that Engineer Dooley's come up with. Some of these are Engineer Dooley's work and some are listeners' work, but get your tape recorders ready because first up is the Dr. Drew Shuffle.
Pee on this stick. Makes me sick. Pee on this stick. Makes me sick. If I find you stealing my underwear again, here's what's going to happen. Asshole. Stuff like this makes me sick. You're fat. Asshole. You're fat. Can I say that? You're fat. You're overweight. I want to be dominated. You're gay. I want to be dominated. You're gay. When I was 19, I ate about 4 boiled peyote buttons and stayed up all night but felt no effect. It's called intimacy. Can I say that? This is not acceptable. Can I say that? You're fat. Not acceptable. Pee on this stick. Boiled peyote button. Not acceptable. You're overweight. Can I say that? Say that?
All right. This next one was sent in from a listener, Domingo Castillo. It's called The Atom Jam. I used to fight with my sister over penis all the time. She'd be playing with the penis and then set it down, and I'd come up and pick up the penis, and then she'd want it back.
Really?
Oh, yes. I was 29 just a couple of years ago, and I think about myself dating guys in the 10th grade. Your penis is like your greatest gift. It's like a trophy that you cherish, and you're going to rub it in someone's poo.
Penis is your trophy?
Your penis is your trophy. Pow, there's a penis in my ass. I'd rather just put a hose in my ass. Pow, there's a trophy in my ass. I do get loaded once in a while. It was in college, and the guy was my roommate. We were really tight. He was gay, and his mom died 3 weeks earlier, and so I let him nail me. Isn't this amazing, Drew? One time, I was at a party, and the guy was a pretty good friend of mine, and we got pretty loaded, and we went to the back, and it was just a blowjob.
Describe how that series of events came to pass.
Well, it's like asking...
He took his pants off.
Well...
I thought, this is interesting.
I could show you what a penis can do. I could bring you to the heights of ecstasy. Oh my God! I get to poke someone in the butt. I'll start with my finger.
But don't go to the butt.
Hold on a second.
No,
please let me have a little fun.
No,
yeah. Oh yeah. Pow! Oh, this is great. You're putting something in your butt. That's all it is. What are you gonna do, Drew?
This man is a predator and a scumbag.
All I want is a crack to try to slip my penis through. Oh yeah. Okay. There you go. Stand back, everyone. I think he's ready to go. Ooh, Drew. Oh, like that's not going to haunt me. This next one was sent in from Kirk Worley, who works over at KRXQ in Sacramento. It's called The Adam Mix. My brain went, I'd like sex with 1,000 people. My penis said, I can't do that. I can't have sex unless I know it's going to go on forever. Ow, there's a penis in my ass, and it smells funny. We all have to kill ourselves. It's the crotch house effect.
Cut it.
Kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit. You think you can spit water out of your mouth? Try shooting something out of your ass. I can't do that. I'm lubing up as we speak. I can't do that. Pow, there's a penis in my ass. I can't do that. Put a hose in my ass. I can't do that. I was trying to pull it out of my ass. I'm going to let Drew explore my rectum, and I'm just going out here. I go right for the penis. I never let it go.
Things are going to change. I can feel it.
This next one was sent in by Freddie B., who works over at Sly 96 in San Luis Obispo. This one is entitled The Adam Penis Boogie. All right, if I'm talking, consider it a joke. Wow. The point is this. We make the same amount. Recalculus, Drew's an a-hole. Check my penis calendar. It's a weird energy night. Was the penis mummified? I shrank my foreskin. My penis, my foreskin. My penis. Wow. My penis. A joke? Recalculus?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. I knew it. All right. Here's the way the show works. Get out some money, please. Get out my penis. Get out my foreskin. Wouldn't you call that recalculus? Get out the behind. Wow. The point is this. My penis.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. Attention, shoppers. I'm gay, and we're going to need a cleanup on aisle 6. There's sperm everywhere. Sweat from my groin. You see what pigs men are? Was the penis mummified? I shrank my foreskin. I shrank my penis. Get out the behind. Oh, for Christ's sake, Drew. I just lost my erection.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. I knew it. He's a big a-hole. I'm gay. There's sperm everywhere. My penis. It's sad. My penis. In almost everyone. My penis everywhere. As a matter of fact, I am gay. It feels good. Gay. When it gets hot, I enjoy that. When it gets hot, I am gay. Real hot and dry, I am gay. It feels good. There's sperm everywhere. You see what pigs men are? Pigs. I enjoy that. Gay. There's sperm everywhere. Everywhere. This next one is a promo sent to us from an unknown affiliate. It's called the Loveline promo from an unknown affiliate. I have the table. I have the table. Get laid. I really think I could peel one off. I'm really in a bind. Could I please get a jump from you?
Ew.
A lot of women like that. I think maybe somebody could get to my prostate and I might enjoy it. It means a great deal to me. If you got to blow a guy along the way, so be it. How was it? Oh, you're a hoe.
Come to me, my melancholy baby.
I put out. I've done a little sampling of the youth of America. It leads to sex.
No, don't.
I'll take them on any mattress. God bless America. Right. If I had a vagina, I would be touching it all the time. Oh. Right. I've had my kicks, and so have you. We gotta go to break.
Lubricants and juices.
I mop my belly. I'm not ashamed of my past. I'll date Ron Wood. What the hell? I'm a woman. This next little ditty was from one of the more infamous Loveline calls over the years that I've been here. And somebody took the call, chopped it up, and turned it into the doggy style mix. His lover, which is his dog. The dog actually gave him a reach around once, too.
That would be awesome.
Occasionally going beneath the Mason-Dixon line on the dog.
Oh, God. What's the dog's name?
James is having all kinds of oral and other sex with his dog. Drew and I are for it. Does he finish? Does he pull out?
I get on my hands and knees and he hops up.
Yes!
When I'm naked and all fours, then it's okay.
The penis swells once it's inside the vagina.
You have to be ready for it.
Drew and I are for it.
No.
Yes, we are.
That would be awesome.
You're going to come back as a dog next life, and you're going to be done by someone like this.
First thing I'm going to do is pee on your carpet if I come back as a dog.
And then she's going to rub your nose in it.
Finally, I can lick my balls. It's got to do wonders for
You
yourself.
allow it to swell in your butt,
Their penises are very flexible.
and then you're attached butt to butt.
Is dog semen any different than people semen?
It has a bit more of a bitter taste.
More than we need to know.
Julie's got his face down on the console now.
Bestiality is better than pedophilia.
This next one should read like a public service announcement for sobriety. I was at I believe, a 4th of July party, had a little too much to drink and possibly too much to smoke. Somebody drug out the karaoke machine, and, well, the rest is history. This is Adam Sings the Hits.
New from K-Smell, Adam Carolla sings your favorite hits.
Judy and Johnny. Judy's wearing his ring. Wait a minute.
Oh, what a birthday.
Surprise, Judy's wearing his ring. It's my party and I cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to. You
would cry too if it happened to you.
Just when you thought it was safe to turn your stereo back on, Adam Carolla gets behind a microphone and sings your favorite song like The Wanderer. That's right, his own special version of Come On Baby Light My Fire, Brown Eyed Girl, Rock and Roll Part 2, and of course... That's right, to order your special copy of Adam Carolla Sings the Hits, send $5 to no one at no address.
This next Loveline favorite was produced by legendary producer Dooley. You know him better as Engineer Mike. This is the Dr. Drew Boogie.
Get down, get down, get down, get down.
You're gay.
Get down, get down, get down, get down.
You're sick. I find you, have sex with me. Gee, it hurts, have sex with me. Faggot, better have sex with me. I want to have sex with me. I was bored, so I had anal sex. Gee, it hurts. I'm still a virgin. Tried to be straight, or I thought I shouldn't be straight. I was confused. You know, pee on this makes me sick. Hurts when I urinate. Makes me sick. Anal sex makes me sick. This guy's penis makes me sick. I've had anal sex, but felt no effect. Got these lesions. Gee, it hurts. Still a virgin. Makes me sick. It's called intimacy. Can I say that? You're fat. You're gay. You're confused. You're sick. You're overweight. You're still a virgin. You're dysfunctional. Not acceptable.
Dr. Drew is right.
I don't want to sound like a fool of myself, but I think that's the best show we've ever done.
Quality.
Certainly, and you can't put a price on that kind of quality. So before we go, I want to give some thanks to those who deserve it. The fabulous phone screener Lisa, phone screener Sherry for doing a wonderful job, the Angular One producer Ann, as always, for putting her feminine stink all over the show, and engineer Mike, whose hair is growing back quite nicely, by the way, for working his magic behind the console. So, until next time, this is Ace Rockola for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. You are listening to the best of Loveline. Although we're not here physically, we're certainly here in spirit. That's a lie. We don't know where we are spiritually, but we are not here. We'll be in next week. That's all right. You get a better show this way. When John Popper was with us, I jammed with him, of course, and I didn't limit the jamming to just what went on in the studio. Some kid called up. He had electric guitar, and, well, why don't you just listen and enjoy? You playing the guitar?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to jam with me and Big John Popper here?
Sure.
Blow off a little that dad beatin' blues with us?
Sure.
Can you play an A?
I can play an E.
Okay, hang on. Let me get my E harp.
I'll tell you what, Pat.
Yeah.
Why don't you put the phone down around? Just set it down.
Amp?
Yeah, put it by the amp.
Okay.
And let me get my sax out here.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get it on. What do you guys want to do, John?
How about a 12 bar?
I'm not real sure.
Okay, well just start
taking lessons right now.
What do you know, Pat?
I can play like the blues in E.
Okay, let's do that.
Hold on, I got like a book full of stuff that I learned.
Cool.
All right, because really, we don't want to sidestep the problem here, but if it feels good, let's blow off a little steam.
That is actually the purpose of the blues, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's what my teacher said.
Yeah.
All right, we're going in E.
Yeah.
Music has medicinal properties.
All right, Pat, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Adam, why don't you sing a little bit? Oh.
Hey, Pat.
Yeah?
You rocked.
Good jam, man.
Thank you.
You are listening to the best of Loveline. Now, we have gotten request after request to play not only the Dr. Drew Shuffle, but the Dr. Drew Boogie, the out-of-context Drew Drops. We take little snippets of his conversation throughout the week and the year, and we distill them down into it's a very melodic, well put together piece of engineering that Engineer Dooley's come up with. Some of these are Engineer Dooley's work and some are listeners' work, but get your tape recorders ready because first up is the Dr.